Extranormal event. 3682, EE 3682, was observed once and shows no signs of recurrence. Only this strong second-hand evidence and a number of coincidences are currently known to the Foundation. EE 3682 has no containment protocols, and its designation as an object is maintained in such an event. This record is presented as evidence and warning in real time. Plans have been prepared as to how to prevent such a thing from happening again, and where it may happen, and what may have caused it. Event designation EE 3682. Preceding events, evidence of EE 3682 was first considered based on further investigation into urban legends in Sakha, Russia, referring to hitchhikers and travelers who asked directions to a town that did not exist. The traveler would refer to the scenery around the non-existent town. No consensus or verifiable mimetic properties have been identified, but locals sometimes refer to a town named Volodin, or Volody, located in a valley in a grove of flowers. Volodin may have been discovered in a region nearby matching the description. Located in the center of the valley is a dilapidated 20-occupant church. No other signs of human occupancy in the 30 square miles area were detectable. Located within the church were a 15-centimeter ivory knife located on the altar, a machete, a garbage can lid, a first aid kit, a satchel, a note, 9 VHS tapes, and the skeleton of a young woman, 20, who was lying on her stomach, positioned with her hand touching the altar. The altar was covered with a thin layer of congealed blood. The blood, when tested, was that of a human fetus. The blood has congealed in such a way that would suggest the object bled out there. One resident of the town of Tomtor matched dental records and DNA of the corpse, but otherwise showed no other signs of relation to it. The individual, redacted, did recall visiting the area at one time, but was not able to remember when. VHS tapes were secured in the altar cabinet within the church. This space was nailed in and secured with duct tape. The tapes contain images of a town that is not currently known to exist. It is not known if the tapes were compiled to arrange a narrative. Due to damage of these tapes, it is not known which order these events occurred in, if these events occurred. Item 0. A note, in Russian.
It happened fast, I think. April 16th, 2018. It's happened everywhere. There was no warning. We don't know why this happened. If you find this, I'm sure I'll be dead. My bones grind when I walk. It is excruciating. I am lucky I had access to my father's medicine. The thing couldn't change me, or something helped me. If I succeeded, you need to find Ipurianu.
Item 1, Tape 1. Written in the center space is Ezekiel Valery Ipurianu, last seen in Moldova. The VHS is an overwritten copy of Homeward Bound. Paid promotional advertisement for a can opener, 4 seconds. Footage of a woman opening a can of green beans with an electric can opener. Voiceover.
And you can do all of this and more without injury.
The audio is interrupted by an old man chuckling. Footage of the internals of a beehive, 5 minutes. Street view of an unknown city in Russia. Footage appears to be taken from a security camera in the downtown area. It is midday in the summer, and the street is filled with cars. 2 hours. An elderly man in yellow robes sitting behind a desk. Behind him are shelves of books. To his right there is a wood stove burning. He wears a crucifix around his neck. He is transcribing something from a Bible. The man does not appear to be aware that he is being filmed. A church hymn is playing in the background. 10 seconds. Item 2, Tape 2. Written on the tape is the former address of an SCP containment area in Ukraine, SCP-1782. This area contains entities similar to those found on the 3682 tapes. Lyrics set to video. Male voice chanting in Russian.
Is it you, my friend, or happy day? What a joyous sound around and about. Is it time for you, oh beautiful friend? The lights have gone today. Is it you, my friend, or happy day? What a joyous sound around and about. Is it time for you, oh beautiful friend? The lights have gone today.
Repeats with very slight variations for 3 hours. Item 3, Tape 3. It is damaged. Tape is unusable after it is initially recorded. No video. Sound of an ambulance siren, 5 minutes of people arguing.
Christ, Heroin, not quite an overdose.
Silence for 14 minutes. Sound. Possibly the inside of an emergency room.
What'd you get?
Cocktail, she's been drinking. Acid that's been going around.
Pregnant too.
We're all being born into a cemetery.
Inside view of a toilet bowl. Camera is submerged in water. Tongs are placed in the bowl. A man in a white research coat and protective eyewear leans forward. He is holding a material sample bag similar to foundation regulation equipment. Video feed ends. Water is heard splashing in the toilet. 20 seconds. View outside 3 restroom stalls. The stalls appear to be vacant. Sounds of metal grinding against metal are heard. Multiple dents appear in the doors, followed by loud metallic crashing. The dents are caused by some internal force. Pools of blood emerge from beneath the stalls, followed by the sounds of 3 women screaming. 30 seconds. Item 4. Tape 4. No markings. An entity is visible on each of the tapes, intercutting itself into the footage sporadically. The object resembles a destroyed human embryo, floating in a ball of black liquid several feet from the ground. The liquid pulsates, but the figure itself is motionless. The eyes do appear to be functional, as the entity occasionally looks into the camera. Close-up view of a bald man's facial profile, with an angered expression, smiling. The man laughs breathlessly. 9 seconds. The street in front of a local high school. People are leaving from the school. Onlookers notice a black liquid trickling down the street. A man walks over to smell it, waves his hand in front of his face as if it stinks. Group of students watching the man are laughing. 3 minutes. Video feed not present.
Christ, she's pregnant.
She's going into labor contractions.
Silence. 45 minutes.
What in the hell?
John, the thing is septic.
Get the vacuum sponge.
Silence. 5 minutes.
John? John, where did you... What the hell is happening?
Sounds of metal grinding against metal. 22 minutes. Item 5. Tape 5. No markings. Black liquid pouring down the street in front of the previously pictured high school. People are running from the liquid and screaming. People are inside the liquid and appear to be boiling, but show no sign of such damage to their bodies. Security footage from inside of a home. Family is laughing and enjoying an episode of The Partridge Family on a couch in front of the television. Grandmother walks in with a steaming hot pie. Footage from inside a hotel bathroom shower. Man being lifted, manipulated, caressed up and down by a large cylindrical mass of miniature, redacted, or appearing as such, fused at the head. The man is crying, but does not appear to make any attempt to escape. View of the downtown city hall from storefront camera. The building has formed large holes in its sides, grown small skeletal appendages. The holes turn to face the camera. Black liquid is flowing around it, and people are struggling to escape. Entity, roughly 9 meters tall, with hundreds of burning wings. The exact physical count of wings is indiscernible. Wings appear to vaporize people, sending bright lights up into the sky in their place. All onlookers appear to be fleeing toward the entity. Men and women make praying gestures towards it, but some seem to be ignored by the entity. Item 6. Tape 6. Orange VHS tape, overwritten episode of Rocco's Modern Life. No inscriptions. The sky in later half of the tapes is filled with an array of burning circles. The nature of these is not known. Footage of the previously seen elderly man in yellow robes.
Is it you, my friends? Oh, what a beautiful day it is. Yes.
The man takes a moment to write something on parchment, seemingly forgetting about the viewer. He takes several minutes, occasionally looking outside onto a view of the city in its affected state. The man turns to the camera again, looking surprised.
Ah, yes. The Lord comes now for all of his faithful, and for those who at least did no harm, I hope. But what can we say for them? I digress. If you're seeing this, good. If you suffer well through the tribulation, you may just be worthy to serve the Lord our God later in heaven. Or you can say to hell with it. There's time for that. The Lord deems fit to keep me on earth during the troubles. I assume to work these many miracles.
Man gestures to an empty shelf. Feed ends. View of city square, burning figure no longer present. The floating embryo intercut into the footage is floating in the middle of the town square. People are pleading to it. British narration.
Here we find the glory of earth, earth in all its fruits and intimate sights. Here we find the glory of our fruit as it falls from the tree.
Intercut footage of a beehive filled with human embryos. Footage regained of the street, writhing black sacks being pulled into the entity.
Innermost Siberia,
Audio distorts. 2 reconnaissance drones are visible in the frame. Man grabs suitcase, kisses wife, and opens the front door. His home is revealed to be floating above an endless multitude of an abstract, fractalized object. The object grabs him by the leg and pulls him down into itself. Item 7. Tape 7. Writing in pencil. I don't know what stopped it. Gas station surveillance footage. The gas station has a clerk and a young woman browsing inside. A fuming ball of gas and human arms appears in the door. It vocalizes. Sounds like a woman crying. Gas station attendant seems startled and pulls out a hunting rifle. A cockroach on a miniature fully operational motorcycle. Its thorax has been bent over to such an extent the abdomen has been destroyed in what appears to be a successful attempt at piloting the small vehicle into the sunset. Item 8. Tape 8. VHS tape with white label. Writing, "What could have we done?" Discovery Channel footage. A human placenta orbited by the moon. 2 hours. Old man in robes standing behind his desk at the window. The man is nodding slowly. He turns to the camera and smiles genuinely.
Do not be so soft. The troubles have only just begun.
The man opens a Bible.
Romans 8:18. I consider that the sufferings of this present time are as nothing compared with the glory to be revealed for us. What an exciting thought. Meditate on these words. Love is cruel.
Creature similar to a shrew, but covered on its back are reptilian scales. Its mouth is elongated with nostrils at the end. It is nibbling a rotten, discarded yogurt container.
We're all being born into a cemetery.
Item 9. Tape 9. Writing in pencil, find him. Convoy of ambulances drive into town square, followed by fire trucks. The fire crews unravel their hoses and begin spraying the residents and the buildings down with fire. Klaxons begin sounding. A distant voice is heard over a loudspeaker.
This is an emergency broadcast. If you are hearing this, return to your homes and take protective action immediately. This is an emergency broadcast.
Aerial view of the town. 5 White Mill Mi-28 and 1 K-52 attack helicopter appear in camera view. 2 carrying between them what appears to be sort of explosive. The markings on the device are identical to what Foundation assets in this region may use in such an event. 1 helicopter leads and fires a missile at a clearing in front of it. Fixed, close-up view of a 10-meter area on the ground. The ground is covered in burning, amorphic masses. What is visible in the frame has been completely altered, composed of entities and phenomena previously seen on the tapes. The camera slowly begins pulling away. Soldiers, 10 in total with insignia matching those of MTF Nu 6 and 8, Tachyon and Wetwork, are rappelling down from the helicopters. Several of the soldiers are equipped with portable flamethrowers and grenades, in addition to their standard issue rifles. As the visual radius expands, it is revealed that the area is the same town hall square. A crew begins arming the device while a team sets a perimeter. Members of Nu 8, data expunged in preparation. The view from the camera is distant now. 3 blocks of the downtown is visible. The camera is suddenly covered by a thin black film. An anthropomorphic creature composed of black liquid appears to have launched itself off of the camera and toward the group. The camera begins to fall. The entity is finally seen being shot mid-air and explodes. Camera rotates rapidly while in descent. View swings down to reveal the ground. The earth is stretching as if it were organic material. The earth begins to rip. Something similar to television static is visible beneath the seams. The camera collides with the ground. A human's feet walk into the frame. A young woman holding a garbage can lid and a machete bends into view to pick it up. She is breathing heavily, watching over her shoulder. She is covered in blood and black fluid. Feed ends.